Hi, Stella from North Star Crochet. Right, today we're going to learn the solid granny square. It starts off like the traditional granny square, but then instead of going into the spaces, the corner spaces and the spaces in between, we're going into individual stitches. So first of all, we're going to do a slip knot. If you know how to do a magic circle, then of course do a magic circle. If not, it's a slip knot. And then we're going to chain 4. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we're going to do a slip knot into that very first chain. So yarn over and pull through the stitch and pull through the one on the hoop. Okay, you've now got a circle. So you're going into that main one, not that little one there, which is the last chain stitch, but the middle there. Okay, so we're going to chain 2. Obviously from your magic circle you're just going to chain 2 as well. And then for this we're going to work into the centre or the centre of your magic circle 2 more double crochets. So that's yarn over, go through the middle or the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, go through the middle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2. You've then got your first side. We're then going to do the corner, which is chain 2, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet into the centre of your circle. So that's 1, and then 2, and 3. So that's your second side done now. You've got 2 sides there. So then we're going to do 2 more sides. So we're going to do chain 2 for the corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2 for the corner, 3 double crochets, and then we'll meet back up. Okay, so we've done all 4 sides. So we've got, oh, it still looks a bit roundish, but there we go. So we've got one side there, one side, the final side. So we just need to do the final corner, excuse me, which is a chain 2. And then the beginning chain there, your first chain, you did 2 chains. So in that top chain, so you've got 1 chain there, 2 chain there. So in the top chain, we're just going to do a slip knot to join it. And that's the end of your first round. Okay, so for the second round, this is one where we're turning the work. Excuse me. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn the work and we're going to slip stitch into that corner space. The reason we do that is we just want to start the next round from the corner space. So we're now in that corner space. So we're going to start our next round by chaining 2. We're then going to do 1 double crochet into that corner space. And then we've got 3 double crochet that we did from the first round. And you'll see like 2 horizontal lines and then a divot, 2 horizontal lines, a divot, 2 horizontal lines and a divot. Those divots are where the tops of those stitches are. So what we're going to do, on the traditional we used to just go straight across to that corner space, but now we're going to work into the stitches. So there's 3 double crochets there that you want to go into the top of. So that's 3 stitches, so 3 double crochets into the stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. You're then yarning over, finding the 2 horizontal lines, going into the divot. You've got your V's on the top there. You're pulling up a loop, yarning over once and pulling through, yarning over and pulling through the last 2. And then the final one, yarn over, find your horizontal lines, and there's a divot. You've got your your V on top there, 2 loops. You're pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through the first 2, yarning over, pulling through the second 2. And that makes your, well, nearly your first side. You've then into the corner space where you're gonna double crochet 2. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then the last one, yarn over into the stitch or into the corner space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So on that first round we just had 3 double crochets, but because we've put 2 double crochets into each corner, we've got 4 extra now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're going to have 7 on each edge now. So now we're into the corner, we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to do 2 more double crochets into that same corner space to go down the next side. So that's 1 and 2, and then yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, and then we're back to the 3 stitches that we had on our first round. So you've got your double crochet, you've got like 2 horizontal lines and a divot, 2 horizontal lines and a divot, 2 horizontal lines and a divot, and those are the tops of your 3 stitches which we'll be working double crochets into, so 1 in each. So yarn over through the first one, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2, and then repeat that for the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2, and then again we're back to the corner, so we're going to do 2 double crochets into that corner space. So that's 1 and 2, okay. So again for this side, this is your second side, you're now going to have 7 along there because you've worked 2 extra in the corner spaces, so that's 4 extra stitches, and then you went into the 3 in the middle, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then we're back into the corner where we chain 2, and then we're going to work 2 double crochets into the same corner space to make up the next side or start the next side. So that's 1. Let's get some more yarn here. Right, so that's 1 and that's 2. And then again we've got the 3 double crochets from the first round, so you've got 2 lines and the divot, so you're going to yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2, and then you're going to do the same in the next 2 stitches, the double crochet. So yarn over, go through your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over through the second 2 loops, and then the last stitch, yarn over, go through your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2, and then we're back to the corner space where we do 2 double crochets to finish that row and make 7 stitches in total. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then your last double crochet of the side. And again, should have 7 now, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And then we're going to do the corner, which is chain 2. And then we're going to do 2 more double crochets into that corner space to do the last side. So that's yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over through the second 2 loops, and then 1 more. Oops. Right, and then again we've got the final 3 stitches. Now on this last row, you'll see the first 2 lines in the divot, the second 2 lines in the divot, but because we sort of went back on ourselves and did a slip stitch to the corner, it's kind of hidden the last stitch. So you've just got to force your way through where the top of that last stitch is. Okay, so it's just a little bit more confusing, but you're just going through, making sure that you've got 2 loops on your hook anywhere at the top of that last double crochet. So we start and we go yarn over, go through the first stitch, yarn over, go through the second stitch, and then on this last one we're yarning over and we're just trying to go through so we've at least got 2 stitches on our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2. So you've gone into the tops of all those 3. You're then back to the corner space where we'd already worked in the double crochet for the corner. So we need 2 more double crochets in the corner to make up the final side. That's 1 and that's 2. And then we're gonna chain 2. Just like that. There was a corner space there, but that's the chain stitch that makes up the 1, 2 into the corner. So we've got 1, 2, we're then into the corner, so we've chained 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the top of that second chain. So we've got 1 chain there, 1B, and the second B, and we're going to go into that, slip stitch to join, and then that is our second round. So we've now got 7 stitches down each side. Each round is going to be increased by 2 because you're going to work 2 double crochets into each corner to make up a side. So each side is going to increase by 4 each round. So again, we're going to do 3 rounds in this colour. So again, we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and then we're going to slip stitch into the corner space because that's where we're always starting from. We're then going to chain 2, and then we're going to do that's the first double crochet, and then we're going to do the second double crochet, and then we should have 7 of these stitches to go in. So you're finding your horizontal lines in your divot, horizontal lines, divot, horizontal line, divot, and there should be 7 of those stitches to work into. So yarn over, go through the first stitch, that's 1 double crochet, and then we're going to go into the second one, and then the third one. Got a bit of a rough edge on this hook and it keeps catching. I have to change that. And then fourth one. Fifth one. Some more yarn. That's 5 double crochet, and then 6 double crochet. And you're finding that last 2 horizontals there and going in that stitch. That's 7. Oops, let's do that a double crochet rather than a single. So yarn over, go through, pull up a loop. Okay, so that's 7, and then we do back to the corner, we do 2 double crochets. That's 1 and 2. That's our first side, and as I said before, we had 7 stitches and we've also done 2 in the corner, so it should multiply by it should add 4 each time, so you should have 11 now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, do 2 double crochets in the same corner space, go into each individual stitch, 2 double crochets, 2 chain and 2 double crochets in the corner space, and then into each individual stitch. And we're going to complete that until we get round to the bottom side and you've done your final double crochet in the last stitch on this side, and we'll meet back. So we've come to the end of our 3rd round, and we should have 11 stitches down each side until the final side. I've just done my final stitch into the double crochet, the last double crochet. Remember, that one's a bit awkward, so you're just going to force your way through 2 stitches to bring up a loop. We're then going to do the final 2 double crochets to make up the side and then complete the corner. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, and then we want to chain 2 for the corner, and then you find that chain, you've got the 1V there, the second V there, so we're just going to go into that top of that chain and then slip stitch into that, and then just to tie it off we're going to do a chain, pull it loose a bit, cut it, and then pull it all the way through and tighten that up so it doesn't unweave. Okay, so that's the first 3 rounds. Right, so this is the solid granny square after 3 rounds. We're now going to add another colour. So if you have a look at this side, you'll see there's a ridge on this side and it's flat on that side. Now we've been turning our work, so this side was the last side we worked because there's a ridge. So before you add your new colour, make sure you turn it, and then we're going to add the colour into any one of these corner spaces. So another way that you can add colour is basically just pull it through and then just tie it in a knot. You can weave the end in later if you want, but just tie it in a knot in the corner. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring that yarn through and just do a chain to fasten it on, tighten that up there. Right, and then we can start our fourth round, or first round in the new colour. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to double crochet into that same corner space. Double crochet, oops, and then that is our 2 stitches, or first 2 stitches down that side. You're then going to go into each of these individual stitches again. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches you're going into down each side, and then 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet in the corner. So we'll do this one side. So we're yarning over, we're finding those 2 horizontal lines and then the divot, and that's 1 double crochet, 1 stitch. Okay, yarn over, find the next divot, another double crochet, that's 2, yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2, that's 3, and then that's 4, 5, yarn over, find the 2 horizontal lines, go through the divot, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2, and carry that on all down the side through all of those 11 stitches. 3 left, I think. Oh, let's do a double crochet, not a single. And then I've got the final line and final double crochet stitch to go into, and then we're back to the corner, and in the corners we do 2 double crochet, 2 chain and 2 double crochet. So it's 2 double crochet, 1, 2 to complete that side, and then we're chaining 2 to turn the corner, and then in that same corner space we're doing our first 2 double crochets in that to make up that side, the next side. Okay, so remember we're adding 4 each time, so the next round you're going to have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so there'll be 15 next time. But for this time what we're going to do is go through the 11 stitches again, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet in the corner, 11 stitches, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, and then 11 stitches, and I'll meet you back in this bottom space here. Okay, so we've now done all 4 sides and we're just at the end. So we've done our final stitch in the last double crochet. So now what we're going to do is 2 double crochet in that corner space, chain 2 and join it to the beginning. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2. We're then going to chain 2 for the corner, and then we're going to slip stitch. So this was our first chain and we're after the second chain, that top one there. We're going to put our hook through that and just do a slip stitch to join. There we go. And then we're going to turn our work in a minute. So before we do that, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and then slip stitch back into that corner space there, just so we're starting our work from there. And then we're going to do a 1 more round. So we're going to chain 2, double crochet into that corner space, that's our 2 double crochets in the corner space for that side. And then we said we had 15, didn't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've got 15 stitches to do 1 double crochet in each down this side. Okay, so 1, and then you find your horizontal stripe there, go through the stitch and do your double crochet. And as I say, we're just working down this first side, 1 double crochet in each of those stitches. Down to the end. There we go. Let's get some more yarn out. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2. You'll be saying this in your sleep. Okay, another double crochet. Okay, in the stitch, another double crochet. Go through the stitch, make sure you've always got your 2 loops on the top of your stitch there as well. And we've got 3 more. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the second 2. And we've got 1 final double crochet to go into stitch wise until we're back to the corner. And then, as always, in the corners it's 2 double crochet and then 2 chain after this. 2 chain and then 2 double crochet in the same corner stitch to begin the next side as well. Okay. So what we've got there is your 2 double crochet from the corner, your 15 double crochet into each of the stitches, your 2 double crochet in the corner. So again, we're going to go down each side, 2 double crochet in the corner space, 15 double crochet into each of these stitches. So it's one double crochet into each of the next 15 stitches, and then 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet in the corner, and we continue that all the way round until we reach the beginning again, and I'll meet you back there. Okay, so now we've reached the end. We've done, well, I've got 1 last double crochet to go in. This is the awkward one, that's the one at the end where it's a bit thicker because we've gone back on ourselves. So you're just trying to force it through at least 2. we go. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first two, yarn over, pull through the second two. So that's your last double crochet in the stitch, and then you want 2 double crochet in that corner space there. So that's 1 and 2. And then just to finish it off, we need to do the corner and join. So we're going to chain 2. And then we find that first initial chain. So we've got 1 and 2 there. So we're going to go into that top one there and do a slip knot. And that's it done. So we're going to tie it off. So yarn over, do a chain, and then you're going to cut that, pull it through, and that is 1 granny square done. You're then going to weave in your ends, and we want 2 of those to make your glasses case. Okay.